Well, I went ahead and got the missing ICFs that I need. I came up 35 short, which is kind of odd on my behalf. I thought I calculated a little bit better, but what I didn't calculate was the main bits I needed for the porch. Originally, I had thought about just using plywood to form that up, but unfortunately, changed my mind, and with that, came the need for additional blocks. Price went up a little bit, but not too bad, and I was able to exchange some of the extra corners that I had to reduce the price. So, pretty happy with that all overall. But anyway, we'll get back at it and get this, get the ICF walls, some walls completed. We also have lumber delivery today. The entire lumber package is being delivered, which I'm pretty excited about that as well. So let's continue. Well, I'm at a little bit of a deficit today. I'm trying to beat a storm that's coming in. We got high winds expected this afternoon through tomorrow, and then potentially rain and snow for a day or two. So I'm trying to beat that weather and get the ICF walls up and get the rebar in. And then on top of that, I'm dealing with a cold. So got a few things working against me today, but oh well. As the saying goes, nobody cares. Work harder. So we're gonna get going and finish off this ICF wall and get all the rebar in. And then hopefully by that point, the delivery truck will arrive with all of the lumber package. So stay tuned. Coming up short on materials was a little bit of a problem. However, it was easily rectified by going and getting new blocks. Reconstructing and finishing off the corners was a major plus for me on the front porch, because that was the last standing point of getting things done. However, as with all construction in the mountains, nothing comes without a price. And of course, the wind started picking up today and making it even more difficult. One thing I was pretty excited about today is the arrival of our lumber package. This is everything we need in order to get the house framed and get the roofing on, aside from the trusses and the roofing shingles themselves. Everything else has been delivered and is ready to go once we get the foundation completed. This lumber delivery is also important because there are materials that are part of it that are needed to finish off the framing for the foundation walls. The anchor bolts, this bracing, and some of the lateral supports were in this load. So we got all of the wood has been delivered for the house. I still have some of the interior framing 2x4s that are going to be delivered on the second load. But overall, everything is here for the house. So we can get started with that. I got the floor joists right over in here. Got all the OSB and all of the sheeting for the flooring, the roof, and the siding, as well as all of the 2x6s and everything else to do the framing. The ICFs, we're having a problem. Like I said, today is a windy day. I'm getting 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts, and so it's knocked off knocked off some of the wall stuff. I've had to take some of the ICFs down in order to make sure they don't blow over. But we got 2 days of high winds expected and some other weather. So I think I'm going to call it for today, and we'll see if we can pick it back up once the weather clears. Well, I'm headed back out to the property. I thought I was done for today, but apparently there's a second truck that is part of this delivery. And I just passed it in town, saw my name on it, and turned around, and I'm heading back out there to receive the rest of it.
So what was just delivered was the 2x4s and that for the interior framing, and then the blue insulated wall board or foam board for the pony walls and the subfloor. So not too bad. Now we've got, for sure, now we've got everything to build this house. I am back at it. It's a few days later. We still have some wind, but nowhere near the gusty winds we were having. In fact, it is a day I'm coming out here to actually reset the ICF walls that the wind managed to tear up. Good part is we had our lumber delivered. As you can hear, the wind is still gusting pretty good. But ICFs took a little bit of a hit. So basically I'm going to have to go through and reset those walls, make sure everything's straight and level, and we will get back in business of putting the rest of the ICFs together. That's the plan for today. So we will see. Just got to contend with the 28-degree temperature and the wind. So I think I'm in Wyoming, not Montana.
At this stage of the game, I've just a matter of completing the center wall in order to finish off the third row of ICFs for the main part of the house. Then it's on to the porch to begin working on that corner with the big giant boulder in it. That, for me, is one of the largest challenges of this setting up, is trying to figure out how to navigate that one corner without having it disintegrate once I start pouring cement in.
Well, I'm sorry about the wind, but it is windy out here and cold. The main building has been done with insulated concrete forms. Everything's been leveled out, making sure all the walls are straight. All the rebar has been added. Same with the front porch. The only thing that's left, right, is this area where that big rock is at. That's going to take a little bit of engineering. I've got to drill some rebar holes in the rock itself and get that stationary, and then I'll start building up this corner and engineering that. But that's the last piece we have, and then the stem wall forms will be completed. So got to go make a run to get a drill, and then we'll get started with this corner. All in all, it's going pretty well. Pretty happy with the progress so far, but we'll see what we can get done the rest of today. Well, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with how I got this corner. I managed to cut this out. I'm gonna have to do some reinforcement along the bottoms, but overall, I'm pretty stoked with it. So needless to say, there's still a little bit of work to go, but getting that corner leveled out and in place is a huge step in knocking out this complex problem for me. But we're getting closer. So we'll continue on and see if we can get this done. All of the interior bracing for the porch is all completed. And as you can see, you wait a few minutes and sure enough, it's decided to snow on me. No surprise, it's spring in Montana. But good part is we've got the all the bracing done on the inside of the foundation where the seams are concerned and on the porch. Next is to finish the outside portion of the seams, get those all buttoned up, and then we will start on the horizontal and vertical bracing. So we're getting closer to pouring cement. Just little by little, just got to keep working at it, weather permitting.
Now comes the hard part.
Weather has for sure been a problem for me. If it's not raining, it's snowing. If it's not snowing, then it's windy. So it's made the challenge of getting this done in a short period of time certainly a monstrous task. However, there's no one that's going to do it for me. So it's a matter of just digging in, dealing with the elements, and keeping going. Because the end goal is a debt-free homestead for my wife and I.
Well, we certainly got a little bit of snow yesterday and tonight, or last night, and so got to contend with that today. Welcome to spring in Montana. But needless to say, weather has been a challenge for sure between intermittent rain, snow, wind. It keeps being a challenge for this foundation. This presents a little bit of a problem with getting snow down inside the forms, but I believe it'll all melt off before we get to the point of actually pouring cement, so that's a good thing.